Okay, let's begin. So, section number 4, it is the basis of charge. Let's read the Bare Act first, section number 4. All the other things we are just going through. Section 1 we had seen. Section 2 we'll see. Whenever needed, we will keep seeing that section 2 definition. Section 3 we'll first see first. Previous year, assessment year and all that. For our attempt, that is May, November 24, for the purposes of this act, previous year means, guys, when law uses the word means, what do you mean by it? It is an exhaustive definition, or also it is a restrictive definition. Exhaustive or restrictive, which means no other meaning can be given. It's an exhaustive definition or restrictive definition, no other meaning can be given. When I use the word means, there is no other meaning to it. If I say you guys means the best students, means there is no other meaning. If I say this batch includes good students, which means students are generally bad, but it includes good also. But if I say this batch includes bad students, generally it is good, but it also includes bad students. But when I use the word this batch means the best, it only means, no other meaning can be given. So if you see the definition clause, you will see inclusive definition, you will see exclusive definition, you will see much more. So come to this section. This will remove. Whatever we are not reading will remove now. Yeah, you see. Very interesting to know in section 2 what all is there. You see, means. Most of the definition will be means only. But if you see, this is all Companies Act, means, Companies Act definition sections. So we'll see our income tax definition sections also. Predominantly it will be means. But there are definitely areas where it will say includes also. So agricultural income means, and definitions are always arranged in the alphabetical order. So A like that it will go. Assessee, amalgamation. Whenever any doubt comes, we should go to the, what do you say, definition. It will give you various meanings. New one? No, this one is alphabetical. New word comes means I'll add, no, A, B, C, D. See here. A. 29 was their legal representative. Then later liable to tax came. 29A they made. Then after some time long-term capital asset came. 29 double A. That's what they'll make. They will ensure. See, you have A. Till A to Z you have if you want. Then AA, AB, AC. Then AAA. All that. See, triple A. So 22A, double A, triple A. Next they will make AB, AC like that. So no tension. You can 1000 also you can add. No, nothing will happen. So if you see income definition, if you see, it's an inclusive definition. I'm just saying. Will not do anything, but I'm just saying income is an inclusive definition, which means whatever you know income is already is income. Apart from that, this is also income. That's what it means. We'll see, no problem. See income so much. Then if you see person, see, person is an inclusive definition. Means whoever you feel person is a person. Apart from that, these people are also persons. Anyway, so basically we are coming to section 3. Section 3 only says means. Previous year means the financial year immediately preceding the assessment year. Assessment year means what, guys? The year in which the income will be assessed by whom? By the assessing officer. For example, our Finance Act is 2023. In February 2023, Nirmala Madam released this budget. Finance Act 23 she released. It was a finance bill, and once it is passed in the parliament, it becomes a Finance Act. Question is, this finance bill was passed, was applicable from which year? 1st April 23 to 31st March 24. This is the financial year. This is also called as the previous year. So for all our answers, what is the previous year? 1st April 23 to 31st March 24. 1st April 23 to 31st March 24. But the year when for this year I will file the return in which year? From 1st April 24 to 31st March 25. In this year, I will file the return for this year. 31st July is the date, and in case of companies and all, it is 31st October. Earlier it was September, now it is October. So you will file previous year. Then the assessing officer will assess the income. All in this year only, he'll check, no, he will do scrutiny, he will do your intimation, everything will happen during this year only. So that's why this is called as the assessment year. Assessment year. Now you read, you'll understand. Previous year means the financial year immediately preceding the assessment year. What is assessment year? 24-25. Assessment year 24-25. What is the previous year? Immediately preceding. So for our exam, our previous year will be 1st April 23 to 31st March 24. What is the assessment year? 24-25. AY 24-25, previous year 23-24. All the things which are amended as per the Finance Act 23 will be applicable for our exam. Plus all the notifications that there comes. That notification means what? Rules, new rules. 6 months before your exam will be applicable. So if you're writing in May, all the notifications etc. till October will be applicable. September. So October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So yeah, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So till 31st October. So if you are writing in May 24, all the things till October 31st, 2023 will be applicable. So you don't have to worry. Whenever you take the class, you can check my YouTube channel. I'll be releasing all the amendments, if any. There will not much amendments, guys. Here and there it will be. That's all. Main things will be covered in class only. And then if you're writing in November 24 also, 6 months. So May, June, July, August, September, October. So till April 30th, 2024. All the new notifications, regulations that comes. This has to be read in line with the RTP. Your RTP will be released, revision test paper. So that time they will release. Some of the notifications will not apply. So we need to see. Just because government has released all notifications, everything will not apply for the exam. During COVID, many notifications came. But the ICAI said COVID notifications won't apply. So even though it's actually notification is applicable in real life, it was not applicable in the exam. We will have to wait for ICAI at the due course. But then 98%, 99% will be the same only. Only here and there little bit we need to make some adjustment that we'll see accordingly when we do it. No tension, guys. It's all no problem at all. So yes, so this is how it is. Anyway, now that was about what? Previous year. . In case a business or profession is newly set up or a source of income is newly coming into existence in the said financial year, previous year shall be the period beginning with the date of setting up of the business and ending with the said financial year. So here obviously previous year will be full. No, what they are trying to tell is previous year will be full. What if my new business started only in October 23? Then what is my previous year? October 23 to 31st March 24. It is understood. They have still given. That's all. So if it's a brand new company, my company only came into existence in December. So what will be my previous year? December 23 to March 24. Simple. It's all easy. Very simple. Anyway, guys, now let's come to section number 4. With this section 3, we'll dive into section 4, which is the entire basis of charge. Charge of income tax. Yeah. Next year, correct. In Companies Act, I just didn't want to confuse you with that, but since you asked, I'll tell you. Companies Act, if the company is incorporated on 1st January 23, what will be the, what do you say, financial year? Next March 25 it is, 31st March 25. That is in Companies Act. But in Income Tax Act, you should do it only for 3 months. That's what. For income tax purposes, see, in Companies Act, what he's asking is 1st April, sorry, in Companies Act, assume I have started my company on 1st January 23. As per Companies Act provisions, as per income tax provisions, the previous year ends on 31st March 23. But as per Companies Act, this is Income Tax Act. As per Companies Act, it is 31st March 24. Because they have told anything that comes after January, let's say 2nd January if I start, they say it will be the next year. Sorry? Yeah. When you have to file return, this is one part of the story. This is as per Companies Act. IT Act, you have to prepare income tax books for these 3 months. Income tax books is different from Companies Act books. Why? Books of accounts will be the same. But what will be the difference here? There will be a lot of additions, subtractions, all that has to be done. So you cannot say that it's a new company, I will file it next year. You need to file the return that year. Because Companies Act is different from Income Tax Act. That's why it's a good question. You see section number 3, very, very clearly they have told. The thing is, whatever you had told, no? His question was, sir, why can't I file in 24 only? That in the assessment year 24, 25, why can't I file? Why should I file here? Is the question. That is one word meaning because of the word means. If they had used the word previous year includes, then you will say includes the financial year. Includes financial year as per Companies Act also. But they have used the word means the financial year immediately preceding the assessment year. But now let's see. To answer your question, should I also check if there is financial year definition? Yes. So I need to go and check the definition of financial year. That's how you need to check. Whenever you have a doubt, check. Is there a definition of financial year? Read and tell. So how do I check all these things? Alphabetical order. Check A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, F. See here? Is it given? Firm is there. Fringe benefits, is it there? No. Correct. So where do I go for all definitions then? Yeah. So generally, I will have to go to the respective laws. But when nothing is given, General Clauses Act. And General Clauses Act always says what? 1st April to 31st March of that year. 31st March. So, just a sec. I see here. See here, very clearly given. Yeah, 21. Shall mean the year commencing on the first day of April. That's all. You start whenever you want. I don't care. Sir, I started my company on 1st January 23. No problem. 31st March 23 is your financial year ending. Next financial year starts from 1st April. Got it? It's good question because what I'm trying to tell is if this dialogue here in section number 4 of Income Tax Act, section number 3 of Income Tax Act, if they had told one dialogue, what? Previous year includes the financial year immediately preceding, like that, if they had told, financial year definition could have been taken from anywhere. Correct? So since they have used the word financial year, I should see General Clauses Act 3 clause 21. And in 3 clause 21 financial year means anything that starts from 1st April. Got it? So, and here also they are clearly telling you, in case it's a newly startup business, which came into existence in the financial year, previous year shall be the period beginning with the date of setting of the business till the end of the said financial year. When is the financial year ending? 31st March. Because when, as per General Clause Act, when is the new financial year starting? 1st April. Got it? Yes. I thought I'll not do it, but since you asked, I'm doing it because it may create some confusion. But good. Companies Act, as per Companies Act, the definition is very clear. If any company starts after 1st January, financial year will not be that year. Financial year will be next year. This is as per Companies Act only. But Income Tax Act, you need to make the filing anyway. Right? Because this is given in section 3 of Income Tax Act. Read with section 3 clause 21 of General Clauses Act. Correct? Whereas this one, right, is the Companies Act provisions. 241 of the Companies Act. Different. Anyway, coming to section 4. Charge of income tax. Charge of income tax. Where any central act enacts the income tax shall be charged for any assessment year at any rate or rates. Income tax at that rate or those rates shall be charged for that year in accordance with and subject to provisions in respect of total income of the previous year of every person. Of every person. It says at the rate or those rates shall be charged for that year in respect of total income. So we'll see this. What do you mean by this? They are telling about the tax. At any rate or rates. Income tax at that rate or those rates shall be charged for that year in accordance with whatever it is in respect of the total income of the previous year of every person. So 3 things we need to understand here. In section 4, let's come to that. Yeah. 3 things. So, first part. Section 4, there will be a tax. On what? On total income. Of what? Of a person. There will be tax on total income of a person. Tax. There are two things that you can see. One, it says rates in force. Second one is rates as per the act. So once we decode the law, we will make charts like this. It will be easy, simple. Next, section 4 talks about total income. It will be as per the total income, it says. Then with respect to every person. See, that's what I'm showing you here again. At respect of any rates, in respect of total income of every person. That is what we picked out. And rates generally means it will be rates in force also or rates as per the act. Rates in force or rates as per the act, will come to that. Person, if I see, it is defined into clause 31. For which we'll see the chart below. We'll make one more chart for person here that you leave. Total income is defined in to clause 45. Rates in force, rates as per the act. What do you mean? What is the difference, guys? Rates in force and rates as per the act. Where will it be given? It will be given in the bare act or it will be budget? Yes. So when I say rates in force, guys, it will be given in the finance act. But when I say rates as per the act, it will be given in the act itself. Example. Without example, what we'll understand? Correct? Example we'll see. For example, 112A, all that. Correct. So let's see, TDS sections. TDS, let's see 194D. Since it's the initial classes, I'm going little slow because we need to understand how we should read and all that. Later, obviously, we'll pick up the space. You see here, guys. Any person responsible for paying TDS on insurance commission. TDS on insurance commission, you see, deduct income tax thereon at the rates in force. So what do you mean by rates in force? You can write down here what's the rates in force. Example 194D means this is as per Finance Act. As per Finance Act. Section 194D. Rates in force means what? As per the Finance Act. 194D. Can the rates keep changing? Yes. Next budget, Nirmala madam may change the rates. Next budget, she may change the rates. Rates can keep changing. As per the Act means what? Example 194J means these rates are given where? In the bare act itself. Any person responsible resident, all these things here. 2%, 10%. Example I'm giving. So rates are given not in the Finance Act. Rates are given where? In the Act itself. This is as per Income Tax Act. Example 194J. 194J. So whenever I use the word tax, it is based on the rates. How are rates determined? Either in rates in force or rates as per the Act. Depends on the facts of the case. Rates in force means Finance Act. Rates as per the Act means Income Tax Act. Total income now, 2 clause 45. 2 clause 45. There you go. Total income means the total amount of income. Awesome. Super definition. Total income means total income. But you see, referred to in section 5, computed in the manner laid down in this act. Guys, that's why they say, very simple, it should be as per section number 5. So it is section number 5. So simple, here they say, it is as per section 5. Plus manner laid down. Manner laid down. And total income, it is, if you see section 5, it is based on the income. Very simple. Total income resident includes all income from whatever source derived. Idli. All income from whatever source derived. So if you see, they say here, it is chargeable on income. Income is defined in 2 clause 24. And guys, in section 5, what does it say? Whatever source. In 2 clause 24, income is a inclusive definition. Which means, if I sell in the morning Dolo and evening I will sell other powder, what? Marijuana, hashish, drugs. Morning I'm a pharmacy, morning I'm selling paracetamol, that is crocin, Dolo and all I'm selling. Evening I'm selling other things. My legal income 1 crore, illegal income 5 crore. Income tax is on 1 crore, 5 crore or 6 crore? 6 crore. Nirmala auntie doesn't care where the money comes from. She says, give me for everything. So what? Manner laid down. Manner is, I already told you in the Indian Constitution, we have written down now in the article, see everything is linked. That's what I'm saying. Here, what does it say? Legislature can classify a person or category. The manner laid down will be like that only. If you are earning from one head of income, this is the tax. This head of income, this is the tax. But income can be from whatever source possible. I don't care. I can pay it from anything. I can earn that money in whatever source possible. For everything, there has to be money. What do you say? For everything, there has to be income tax. Got it? We still have to discuss. Section 5, we still have to discuss what is the manner laid down. We'll see. And this has to be what? It has to be person. It has to be person. It has to be paid by a person who is called as the assessee. Correct? Now we'll understand who is this person who is an assessee. Who will pay the tax, guys? Who is the assessor of tax? Government. And in this case, CBDT. There is actually no word in the entire dictionary called assessee. Promiser, person who makes the promise. Who's the other person? Promisee. Offerer is the person who's making the offer. Who's the other person? Offeree. So government is like, I'm the assessor. Who's the other person? Assessee. Created the word assessee. There's no word only called assessee actually. But everybody uses it, including the court. So it's a word created by Indians, for Indians, of Indians. Outside, if you go and tell assessee, they'll laugh at us. There is no word called assessee. Assessor is there. Other person will be person on whose income is assessed. Who will tell that long thing? What is the easy thing? SSE. Over. Chapter close. There's no word called SSE, honestly. Right? But we have created that word now. So anyway, SSE is defined in 2 clause 7. You see the definition of SSE 2 clause 7. They have defined. Because in India, I mean, they have created the word. This word is not as per English, but definitely as per law. SSE means a person whom any tax or any other sum of money is payable under this act. That's all. Is a person. So SSE means who? Coming back, just seeing that and showing you. SSE means a person. Means a person. Person is where? 2 clause 31. That is the definition of person. Person who is required to pay tax. SSE means a person who is required to pay tax. SSE means a person who is required to pay tax. Who is a person now? 2 clause 31. Person is an inclusive definition. Guys, generally when you say person, who will it be? Individual. Generally individual. But then they added many things to it because they wanted everybody to come under the tax net. So if you see 2 clause 31, it's a very interesting definition. Every single person is there in the definition of whoever you can think of. 2 clause 31. Are you understanding the structure, guys? I'm reading the Bare Act, making charts. Then only stick to the charts. That's all. Person includes individual, HUF, company, firm, AOP, BOI, local authority. Every single person they have covered here. So let's write down those things in the chart format. Here includes, we'll make, columns like this. Individual, Hindu undivided family, firm, company, AOP, BOI, local authority, and lastly, artificial juridical person. Artificial juridical person. Artificial juridical person. Artificial juridical person. Sorry? Juridical. Yeah, juridical person. Artificial juridical person. So one by one, guys. Individual means what, guys? Single person. You, me, single person. Hindu undivided family means what? It is based on the Hindu law. So obviously, people who are practicing Islam, Christianity are not covered. Jain, Parsi, Sikh not covered. But some cases have also included, you know, people who are practicing Jain as Hindu. I mean, in some cases I'm saying, but predominantly when I say Hindu undivided family, all these people are not covered. Parsi, Judaism, Buddhists, all these are not covered. It should only be Hindus, right? Because Jain is also a separate religion. But I told you there are some cases which are different. So here, two things, guys. There is Mitakshara school of Hindu law. Mitakshara school of Hindu law. One more is Dayabaga. Dayabaga is in West Bengal and Assam. In the rest of India, it is Mitakshara school of law. More features of it we will discuss when we see the basics. If you see, we haven't even opened the notes. Notes also is there, no? Module 1. We haven't even touched it. We'll have to see. All that is there. No problem. We'll read. No. This is a Hindu undivided family. Other religions cannot create. So that's why it is called Hindu undivided. Other religions, whatever they create also is not recognized under income tax. It says include. So any association, if you create others, then it will be coming under AOP, POI. That's also there, no? Next, firm. Guys, firm means two things. It can be partnership firm also, can be LLP also, limited liability partnership. Firm means two things. Actually, there is no difference between, okay, LLP at least has a separate legal entity, but partnership firm doesn't have, to be honest with you, a legal entity as such. It is just the name given to the bond that partnership. If like for example, three of us start something, the name that we give is just the name for the three of us. That's all. There is no difference between the firm and three of us. If I do something, it binds all the three of us, for example. So that is the meaning of firm. But Income Tax Act says, I want tax from you also. As an association, whatever you are doing, money that you are making, please pay. So once you have already paid, whatever is remaining, you will share between all the three partners. Again, you will tax that? No. That is why you would have seen in Inter, share of profit from a partnership firm is exempt. Why? Because firm is already paying tax. No. That's the logic. Next, of course, company. Company is totally a separate. LLP is also a separate legal entity. It's a combination of company and the firm. Company, yes. So you have Indian company, you have foreign company, and you have something called domestic company. We'll see later. Domestic company. Company definition as per Companies Act. Company means what? Company incorporated under this act or any other previous company law. So if any company was incorporated, yesterday I showed you 1882 law, 1862 law, that's also a company. If any company got incorporated in 1956 Act, like Infosys, that's also a company. Any company that incorporated last year, it is also a company. But if it's incorporated outside India, foreign company, taxation is different for, rates are different for these people. We'll see that. Association of persons, then body of individuals. As you see, body of individuals. Separate chapter is there, AOPBOI, we'll see later. Body of individuals means what? He told other religion people if they start one association. Is it HUF? No. That will be called what? BOI, body of individuals. That is also be taxed. Or all of us will come together, will not start any partnership firm as per Partnership Act. We'll simply be doing some business, whether it is for money, not for money, whether it's for profit, not for profit, whatever it is, still it is called body of individuals. For example, club. Club is an example of BOI. All of us will come together and will start direct tax analysis club. Just saying. Every month you have to put in some 50 rupees and we'll all sit in one room. We'll take the room on rent and we'll discuss. All of us have put 50 rupees and let's say the room we get it for free also sometime, because of which we have 50 people into 100 people. We have saved 5,000 rupees. In that, 3,000 rupees we have saved. The 3,000 rupees is income. We have just come together and put money. Now let us say we have given a talk on income tax in various places and all of us together have earned some 20,000 rupees as part of the club. Is it income? Yes, Income Tax Act says everything is income, boss. When you give that 50 rupees, your contribution, that is not income. But when you earn something out of it, that's income. So where will you? It's not an individual, it's not a HF, it's not a firm. There's no, in a firm, what is the main thing? It should be for the purpose of making business. Club will not make business, but club can make extra money. So all our clubs that you see, Bangalore Club, Cosmopolitan Club, Indiranagar Club, all these are body of individuals. Body of individuals, or basically association of persons. Now what I can do, two companies are coming together. Tata and Starbucks coming together to start joint venture called Tata Starbucks. Starbucks in India is run by Tata. Reliance and Grand Vision can come together to start Reliance Vision Express. All these are JVs, joint venture. Is it a company as such? No. It's two companies coming together. Is it a partnership firm? No. How can two companies start partnership firm? It's not partnership. What is it then? Association of person. Company is a person. Two persons coming together. AOP. Association of person. Right? So JV is an example of association of person. There's a separate chapter on AOP BOI. Don't worry. Taxation of AOP BOI, separate chapter. I'm just giving you basics. Taxation of company, separate chapter. How is taxation of company? For everything we need to know heads of income. Predominantly which one? Capital gain. PGBP, most important. Yes. So even though your syllabus doesn't explicitly say, it just says what? Taxation of companies, taxation of other entities. What are other entities? Firm, AOP, BOI, trust, local authority, everything is there. Yeah. Only person in the BOI scene, AOP, only person can, association of persons. One, two LLPs come together, one individual and one company come together, AOP, association of persons. But only individuals come together, body of individuals. Separate chapter, we'll discuss more in depth later. Local authority, my municipality, your BBMP. Definitely, what is it? It's not a HUF, it's not a company. What is it? It's a local authority. It's also separately. There will be books of accounts of BBMP also, obviously. BDA, Bangalore Development Authority. Yes. All your Mahanagara Palikas, all your municipalities, Greater Chennai Corporation, GCC is there. Coimbatore, one thing is there. All these things will be, yeah. Coimbatore City Municipal Corp, CCMC, if I'm not wrong. So like that, all these are local authorities, definitely, yes. Then Nirmala madam doesn't even leave God. I am running a temple. Okay, temple is a trust, no problem. Trust can be AOP, BOI, any form. But many years ago, when Income Tax Act came, there was no concept of trust only. The temple was there, people were putting money in the hundi, then they had been doing everything, donations were there. Ultimately, some amount was left. Temple let out their premises for some activities, for marriages and for the ceremonies, no problem. Money was left in the end. Will I tax that also? Yes. Is God individual? No. All these idols are created by us to give a form to that divine. Right? Is it HUF? No. Firm, no. Company, no. Is it an association of person? No. Body of individuals, so all 10 gods come together, BOI, like Avengers. Right? No. What is it then? That is why this dialogue. Artificial juridical person. Artificial person it is. Juridical means what? Of course, you can tax, you can obviously impose some law on it. Juridical person. All your entire Babri Masjid, entire discussion was on this only, no? Artificial juridical person. Who owns it? Is it Ram Janma Bhoomi, or is it by the Hindus, or is it owned by the Muslims? It was based on one God which was not seen, not heard, nothing. Artificial juridical person. I am, let's say, Bangalore University, one of the best universities in the world. Correct? If you do from there, you will not get one job also. Right. I've seen, application forms which says Bangalore University students need not apply. Imagine. They know our quality. Don't apply only. Right? In accounts, I got 99 in BCom. I wrote only for 90 marks. That's the best part. Bangalore University special. It's by weight mechanism. They'll put the weight there, or 700 grams, 70 marks. 670 grams, 67 marks. Like we all know Bangalore University. So Bangalore University is not individual, not HF, not firm, not company, not AOP at all. Definitely not local. What is Bangalore University? Artificial juridical person. So if temple and all is run as a trust, that's a different thing. But what if it's not run as a trust? Everything is coming up. Basically, and the best part is after covering everything, still it's an inclusive definition. Means everybody is taxed, undoubtedly, in India. That is the beauty of this person definition. Everybody is taxed, guys. No questions asked, no mercy also. Every single person in India will be taxed. Right? So if you see the manner laid down, what do you mean by the manner laid down? This is the person definition, that's all. This is the person definition. But guys, what do you mean by the manner laid down? I'll write it separately here. When I say manner laid down, and read with my Article 14, Supreme Court case law. What did the Article 14 say? I can have different categories. I can have different persons. Persons we already have seen. I can have different categories also. So, and that is the manner laid down. Means what, guys? Law created heads of income. Law created heads of income. Law created income from salary. Created section number 11 to section number 17. Law created income from house property. Section number 22 to section number 27. Law created income from PGBP. Section number 28 to section number 44 DB. Law created income from capital gains. Section number 45 to section number 55 capital A. Lastly, income from other sources. Section number 56 to section number 59. Income from salary, house property, PGBP, capital gain, IFOS. Here also people started cheating. Father diverted his income to son, diverted income to daughter, diverted income to wife. So to curb all these things, what came? Clubbing provisions came. Clubbing, section 60 to 65. Then all these incomes I'm earning, in one there is a loss and one there is a profit, etc. So what did the government release? Set off, carry forward. Section 70 to 78. Then so many exemptions they released under section 10. Deductions also they gave, deductions, lot of deductions. Section 54. Chapter 6A deductions. ATC, ATD, etc. Some standard deductions. So basically it was either intra-head. Intra-head means what? Within the head itself. For example, standard deduction within the head. In house property, section 24 has a deduction within the head of income of house property. 30% of NAV. Standard deduction. In salary, standard deduction 50,000. That limit has increased slightly. We'll see. 50,000 intra-head. Then after all, that is intra-head. One more is what? After all deductions are over, then that is deductions from gross total income. Deduction from GTI. That is nothing but chapter 6A. Chapter 6 is that only, no? So all these things only. All these things put together will be my total income calculation. Finally, under 66, 67, 68, these three sections you will compute, deduct properly, verify. Yes, this is the entire structure. That is the meaning of what? Manner laid down in the act. The entire manner, calculation, everything is given in these sections 66, 67, 68. So that is the link. Once you understand the full link, then it becomes very easy. Done. So that is about the entire manner laid down in the act. So if you see, these are all the slight basics. Then we can now come to the module 1 to understand whatever we have discussed only. It's here, guys. I'll show you. Becomes very easy. Come to A1, that is introduction and tax rates. Every year, the finance minister introduces the finance bill, as you know, in the parliament budget session. Once it gets the assent of the president and after passed by both houses of parliament, it will become a finance act. Section number 1 we have seen already. You see, in order to understand the provisions, one has to bear the following in mind. Income tax rules, CBDT has the power to make rules in 295, we have seen. Section 32 talks about depreciation, whereas rule number 5 talks about computation of depreciation. Rule number and all not needed to remember, but I'm just saying. Clause, it can be both dependent and independent. If it is independent to 1A, it is called section 2, clause 1A. Subsection is when all parts of the section and all subsections are taken together. It completes the entire concept. 5 subsection 1, 5 subsection 2, and like that. Notifications are what? Subordinate legislations, as we have already seen. Circular is a guideline communication from CBDT. All these they will never ask in the exam. We have already done it, but I'm just giving you the gist of it. And various decisions that you are getting in the government, getting by the ministry, this thing, what do you say, courts, they are called decisions. They are called what? Various judicial pronouncements. They are called judicial pronouncements. Right. So for example, it says, for example, Rajnikant versus Commissioner of Income Tax. Some random numbers you would have seen, no? 47, C8, 560. Then you will see Med. And then you will see 2023. This is only called as citation. Judicial pronouncement citation. First name, whatever is written now, this is the person who has filed the case. So who has filed the case? The person who has filed the case is called what? Petitioner or plaintiff. Petitioner or plaintiff. Person against whom it is filed will be the respondent or defendant. This will be your High Court. This will be the year. This is basically where it is filed. You will have Bombay, BOM. That is your Mumbai High Court. Karnataka, KAR. Karnataka. Med means Madras, Tamil Nadu. If it is Supreme Court, they would have written SC. Supreme Court. Now this one, guys, this is where it is recorded. Where it is stored. This will be written in something called AIR. AIR means what? All India Report. All India Report is the report of all the cases. It generally means if you see the 47th volume, the 560th page of C8 book, it is there like that. Just giving an example. When I say 47 C8 560, it means in the 47th book in the C8 volume, 560th page or 560th case in the index is which one? Rajnikant versus Commissioner of Income Tax. It's just the recording. It's in the All India Report. So judicial pronouncements are also very, very important for our understanding. Judicial pronouncements. So this is just for your knowledge. So whenever you see tomorrow, if it is CIT versus Rajnikant, then who has put the case? CIT. First person is always the petitioner. So in foundation kids, you can have a lot of fun. So I ask them, who's the person who makes the offer? Offerer. Other person, offeree. And who's the person who makes the promise? Promise. Other person, promisee. Who's the person who puts a petitioner? Petitioner. Other person, petitionee. They'll tell that directly. Plaintiff. Other person, plaintee. Plaintiffee. One fellow got up and said, who's the person who sues? I said, sir, suer. Hey, sewer means, not sewer, sir, not sewer. Sewer, sui, it seems. So, this foundation kids, you can have super fun because they have no knowledge, right? So, you can play around with this. It's fun. So, if you see, sewer and all is not there. Various judicial pronouncement, decisions pronounced by the tribunals, etc., are called as judicial pronouncement. Supreme Court is the apex court, and they will only take up the cases question of law. Not question of fact, question of law only. Tomorrow, if I have a doubt in the interpretation of law, I can go to Supreme Court, but not in the question of fact. Did you not pay income tax worth 1 lakh? Yes, I agree. Is it a fact? Yes, you have to agree. I will not go to Supreme Court. Supreme Court, it will go to the case when you go and tell, sir, 1 lakh, it's not that I did not pay tax. There is no tax required to be paid on that as per the law. Because it is not even a revenue receipt, sir, it is a capital receipt. Capital receipt, with capital versus revenue, it will go to the court, and that to Supreme Court. Proviso, I told you, generally exception, it can add on also. Explanation is to explain the main intention of the law. Clarification. Ordinance, we know, it's not in session, ordinance will be passed. The first schedule contains the following: rates of tax applicable to the current assessment year, rates of tax will be deducted at source, rates of salary, advance tax, all these things. So you can read on all these things, all that you can check. You can see. So if you see schedule number 1, it has all the rates of taxes that we have, everything. Here it says insurance business, but has other things as well. First schedule, other provisions, resident person, your life insurance, other insurance business, other provisions, like that. Then you can keep on changing. Then you have procedure, full procedure, RPF, list of articles, 6th schedule, 8th schedule, minerals, 9th schedule, like that. It keeps on changing. So this is the first schedule of the Income Tax Act. If you see the Finance Act, first schedule will always have. So if I check, this is Income Tax Act, right? So if you see the Finance Act, if I open Finance Act, see Finance Act. Finance Act, if I go, come down and come to the first schedule, this will have all the, see, rates. This is the meaning of what? Rates in force. Why? Rates in force are which one? Rates given by the Finance Act. So first schedule is a rates in force, which will have this entire income, %, 40% surcharge rates, TDS, all the rates here. So we saw an example. Which example we saw? Right. All this you see, 194D. It is to be deducted the rates in force. These other rates are given here. Everything is covered. So it's like that, guys. It will be like that. So this is the entire first schedule. Cool. So in the tomorrow's class, what we will actually do is get into the real deal. What do you mean by India? Whenever I said, you saw within the territory of India, which is India. If I jump Sri Lanka, I'll get, is it India? Between India and Sri Lanka, there is water. Is it India? What if I earn money from a casino? You know, it's there, no, in Goa. Delton Royal Casinos. That casino will never come into the land. It will always be in the sea. Money earned there. Is it money earned in India? Sir, but India is Goa. I'm in the water. Right? What is India is what we need to see. Then assessee person we have already seen now. We've seen all these things. AOP, a little bit more on this quickly we can do and directly go into the tax rates and all that, guys. So tax rates, then the slab rates quickly. What are the surcharge rates? What are the different things with respect to surcharge? Solve what is the concept of marginal relief? All that we can finish off tomorrow. And then move on to other areas. After this, we will probably start off with PGBP, profit and gains of business and profession, because that is the, whenever I say computation of tax, obviously it will be based on my business. Salary, house property would have done in inter. Capital gain, okay. But the main thing is what? PGBP. After that, we have to go to other areas, assessment procedure and all those things are there. But then we have to understand it the right way. Are you able to understand? Yes, clearly. So as I told you, when we're reading the Bare Act, it will be like seeing many sections and all. But later when we'll all bring it down into these simplified charts. These charts are not some random charts we are writing. We are understanding the law and writing these charts. So after that, you don't have to study the Bare Act. You will study the Bare Act only when you have doubts. You can only stick to this. But why I wanted to give the bare act is otherwise you will never buy on your own. Hey, we'll see later. After clearing CA, we'll buy. So I thought leave it. No, we'll give it off in the class only is what I wanted because everyone should have a bare act. Because tomorrow, no, you will actually see. Oh, let me see. I didn't understand this one. Let me try seeing. That was my intention. Actually, bare act is not needed only for the classes. We are anyway doing, I'm showing you the bare and making you write. This you stick to for the exam, this you stick. But bare act is an additional protection. If you have any doubt, you can always see the bare act. While studying, just study my notes. My module number 1 and this is more than sufficient. Module number 2 and this anyway. This will be my running notes. And module number 1 is also very, very comfortable language and structured format. No need to worry only. This much is more than no need to touch any other book, honestly. And now, anyways, our workbook is there. All the workings are there in the workbook. So, bare act is genuinely not needed because I'm actually showing you the bare act. But then I also want you to read, mark there only and put that first gear now because by the time you clear, you would have reached in a very comfortable position. Cool, guys. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye. See you.